And good afternoon, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chooks, broadcasting live from Johnny Chooks Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, and the store will be open today till 6:30. If you want to call the store, to ask a question about some things that I'm going to be talking about today, the number is 210-341-1573. The store will be open 11 to 5 tomorrow, so we're open 7 days a week for your convenience. We are also right now live streaming on Facebook, and you'll just go to Johnny Chooks Home and Hardware, and if you see my face talking with a microphone, you have hit the right space. I'm going to show you all the products that we're going to be talking about, and then you'll kind of get a little idea of what we do here at Johnny Chooks Home and Hardware, and that is to help you with any kind of maintenance that you have going on around the house. Now, let me see. I told you where we're located, and I gave you the phone number. Let me remind you again also that we have a website under the name of happyhandyman.com. Out there on that website, you will see an article that I post out there every week. That article goes into 550,000 homes in Houston. Yes, that is something that got started many years ago with my dad, and we still publish an article that goes into the Chronicle in Houston. But you can still get it here in San Antonio. Just go to the website, sign up for our email out there, and you will automatically get that article directly into your email account. So it's really kind of convenient, and I always talk about things that you can easily tackle around the house, because that's what we're all about here. So let's talk about some new things that we have gotten into the hardware store. Remember, I had been to Do It Best show about a couple of months ago, and we found some new products. Some of them have come in, and one of the ones that I was super excited about is the new Rustoleum 5-in-1 Spray Enamel. And so what is the 5-in-1 all about? It's different spray heads that, if you're watching on Facebook right now, you can see that there's 5 different spray heads on the top of this can of spray enamel. It's the Stop Rust one, so which is kind of nice. I always think this is so good for outdoor furniture, any place that has metal on it. Maybe you have numbers on the outside of your house and they've started to rust. Well, you could spray paint them with the new Rustoleum. And let me just tell you, because I had a question when I came to the Rustoleum booth, well, why do I need 5 different heads? I immediately thought, okay, if one gets clogged up, well, I can just switch the heads, because that's what we get most complaints about when it comes to spray paint. I always tell people, when you're spray painting, then when you're done, turn it upside down and spray until just air comes out, and that will clean out that nozzle. But Rustoleum came up with this 5-in-1 for 5 different types of spraying projects. There is one that is a high output spray for large areas that are curved, so like around a planter, things like that. A standard for just regular traditional sprays. A low output for details in corners. So why is that important? How many times when you try to spray something small do you get drips on it? Because there is too much spray paint coming out at one time. And most people will not like start off far away and then get a little bit closer. Or I tell people, remember, start spraying off the project and then work into your project so that you do not get any kind of splatter on it. But they make one that is a low output, so it's great for like handles, doorknobs, small projects like that, cabinet hardware. You can spray just about anything nowadays. As long as the surface is clean, there's not a shiny surface on it, like there's not paint on it already that's shiny. All you have to do, all the spray paints, they just tackle everything. Used to be we had to add spray paint for wood, spray paint for plastic, spray paint for metal, but not anymore. It's wonderful. It's one for everything. Okay, and then they have a vertical spray head for vertical surfaces, okay? And that way your spray doesn't go real wide. It's concentrated in an up and down motion so that you don't have to turn your spray can. And then also horizontal, a wider spray for horizontal. So it just makes your job so much easier, and they explain it all on the back of your can. There's no question about which one do you need to use. It comes in a boatload of different colors, and in fact you can almost see it if you're watching on Facebook right behind me. We have, and it comes in a couple of different like semi-gloss, gloss. So just check it out. The next time you have a spray paint project, check out the new Custom Spray 5-in-1 by Rustoleum. I like Rustoleum. So, all right, now in the gift shop we have a really neat project that I was super excited about getting in. We had carried it a long time ago, and then I kind of let it drop, and it's my fault completely. But how many of you still like send letters and cards to people maybe that don't feel good, and so it's nice to have a little something in the mail for them to pick up? There is a greeting card, okay, called Fresh Cut Paper, and I'm showing you on Facebook because I wanted you to see how size and how thin. It is as thin as like a normal card and envelope, but this is not any card. When you pull the Fresh Cut Paper out of the greeting card envelope, you get a plant, a paper plant that is beautifully decorated, okay? Could sit out on a desk or a nightstand or in an entry hall, and you never have to water this, and you don't have to worry about it attracting bugs or dying. It's just something really pretty, and they are very reasonably priced. The small one that I'm showing on Facebook right now is about 8 inches tall, and retails for $8.99. Now they also do a regular size one. Oh, and when you mail these, it takes 2 stamps, 2 forever stamps. Then there's a larger one, a little bit about maybe about 9 inches tall, maybe 12. And this one that I'm showing on Facebook is beautiful red flowers and in a pot. And it's just really unusual. So if you like to send some things in the mail, maybe you're sending them to your mom, and she says, oh, don't send me flowers. Well, send her paper flowers. They're just not like anything. You need to come into the store and take a look at them, because if you're not looking at them on Facebook right now, I cannot do it justice on how to explain it. But they're new and they're very original looking, and if you want to send a card to somebody that's just something more than a card, send them Fresh Cut Paper. All right, let me tell you where we're located again. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, and the phone number here is 210-341-1573. All right, I have 3 questions today that got put on my desk, and they're all good questions, and so I want to talk about all of them. The first one was, a lady said she accidentally burned bacon in her microwave at work, okay? So it's bad enough when you burn bacon at home, but then when you burn it at work and you're under the wrath of everybody else at work because your lunchroom now smells like burnt bacon, what can I do? And they said, besides promise not to burn the bacon again. Air sponge. An air sponge is a wonderful odor neutralizer. How it works is that the molecules in the air sponge go up into the air, grab the odor molecules, and bring them down to the floor, where with just general cleaning, you sweep them out and they're gone. That will make 150% difference in the odor in the air immediately. Now, what you can do to shock the air, like if it's an intense odor, is you turn it upside down and expose 75% of the product to shock the air. It works really good. It works on all kinds of odors. It doesn't need to be a burnt bacon odor, but if you have an odor like maybe your car smells funny, maybe you bought a used car and maybe it was a smoker and they tried to do something to get rid of it, but bottom line is it still smells like smoke when you get into it. And what will happen is during the summertime when it heats up, it just gets worse. And so open up an air sponge, slip it underneath the seat, and just let it work, and it will take care of any kind of odor that you have in the air. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to show you, I want to talk about repair work. How many of you have a pair of shoes, maybe a pair of sandals, a pair of tennis shoes, that the rubber comes off of them or the leather comes off of them? How do you repair them? Because a lot of people won't bother doing that. But let me tell you, if you have a favorite pair of shoes and you've really broken them in, especially like a tennis shoe, then you don't want to have to replace them again. There is a product called Shoe Goo. It's exactly what it's made for, to repair shoes, boots. You can use it for purses too, and it will. You can use it on leather, on rubber, on vinyl, on canvas. It's just an excellent product. So let me tell you how to use it. You want to just make sure that your area is clean and dry, and you want to bond it, and it only takes just, you do one side of it. It's not like a contact cement, just one side of it. Press it down, and then if you can put some kind of clamp on it, that'd be great, but you don't have to. And then it is waterproof, and it will bond, protect, and rebuild for a permanent repair. And it bonds like in, you can use it after 24 hours, okay? And it's called, okay, and this is the product. It's called Shoe Goo. So maybe if you have someone that has a favorite pair of shoes and they're so frustrated because a piece of it is loose, you can fix it for them. And their purse too, or their wallet, anything like that. You can even, it will make traction on something if you put it on very thin. Okay, so like if you, okay, all I can think about, and I know I'm probably gonna laugh at it, is a skateboard. Like when you stand on a skateboard and you need a little traction on there, you can put it on a skateboard. Because I know y'all do that all the time. You get on a skateboard. All right, so now let's talk about one other kind of project. This is a product that I just, this is the one. I'm just going to talk about F26. And okay, so we're going to talk about F26. F26 is a construction adhesive that is not like any other. It is the best construction adhesive. And the nice part about it is you can get it in a small tube. Most of these construction adhesives, they only come in a caulking tube, and so there's no getting just a little bit of amount. But how many of you want to put like a plaque on the outside of the house, or numbers on the plaque on the outside of the house? F26 is a great adhesive for that. Okay, if you need to, you can repair. It says repairs anything from acoustical tile to zebra wood. Now, most of you don't know what zebra wood is. I do, because I made a coffee table out of it one time. But F26 is a great adhesive, construction adhesive for the outside of the house. So this is really good. That's not what I was going to talk about. I picked up the wrong product. the thing I wanted to talk about was Seal All. Seal All is a great adhesive for metal. So, and the nice part about it is it resists gasoline, oil, paint thinner, and most solvents. So how does that help? Or maybe you have a favorite gas can and all of a sudden it got a little leak in it. Well, if you haven't bought a metal gas can in a while, let me tell you, you are in for a surprise. They have gone up in price so much that you have a really hard time finding them, because retailers like me know that a customer is not going to pay almost $100 for a metal gas can. So they're almost all in plastic. So, but a metal one, if you have one, you want to repair it. And Seal All is the product that you want to use. It's super nice. Let me tell you why we even got it. Because we got the product on our shelf several years ago, and it was because Dad has this antique vehicle. In fact, this vehicle we still have of my dad's, and it had a leak in the gas tank. And a guy gave him a price on repairing that, and he was going to have to take it out of the car and then repair it and then put it back in. And so the labor to do that was going to be expensive. So he found this product called Seal All and took it to the guy, and they fixed the gas tank. It, let me say, it remains secure when exposed to water. It's abrasive and it's temperature resistant. So it is a great product for real special kinds of adhesion things. Okay, now we're going to go with another question. Okay, a lady left me a question. She says, I have a handrail that has varnish and stain on it. What can I use to remove the varnish and stain? Oh, by the way, it's on the inside of the house. Okay, so, and usually on a handrail is not something you can take out of the house to go use a solvent on the outside, like the 2-minute ones, the very caustic ones, which may work very quickly. However, the smell is usually horrible. But there is a product that has no smell at all, and it's called soy gel. And you can work with it on the inside of the house. It will completely take down to about 6 layers. So varnish and stain will come off very quickly, but if you've got 6 layers of paint, you just let it work and it will go all the way down to the wood. It's the most amazing product that I have ever seen as far as paint remover. Most of them are just very caustic, and then that does damage to the piece itself. The only thing that you're going to have to do when you use soy gel is you may have to sand a little bit afterwards, because you have to rinse soy gel off, which will usually raise the grain of the wood. But all you have to do is lightly sand it, which will take care of that, and then you're ready to go. I did a table on the inside of my house and took off 4 layers of paint. And all I do, you put it on about 1/4 inch thick. You do have to layer it on pretty heavily, and then cover it with saran wrap and just leave it alone. Go to the movie, go out to eat, come back. As long as you keep it tightly enclosed, it will not dry out. And when you get home, lift up an edge, touch and see if you can go down to the wood. If you're ready, if it does, then you're ready to take it all off with a putty knife and then rinse with a TSP or Dawn or anything like that. And that's when I tell you, you're going to raise the grain of the wood, and you will need to sand that. All right, so now I had another question about repairing a garden hose. And so I wanted to talk to you about easy garden hose repair. I think you've probably seen things like this in your hardware store. They are a repair piece, either a male or female end, plus a piece on the end that goes down into the hose, secures, and then another piece that goes over the top of it that secures your repair. Those either come in metal or plastic or a clamp. My favorite is the plastic because it is lightweight. Some of the metal ones, they get very heavy, and then it just makes your hose even heavier to drag around. But you cut it off evenly, stick the piece towards the inside, and they come in 2 different sizes. They come in a 3/4 and a 1/2 inch, and or a 5/8 and a 1/2 inch. And then you once you have this inside your hose, and if you put a little oil on it, it will slip inside very quickly. And then you put the piece to secure it on the outside, tie it down, and now you have a brand new hose. You don't have to throw your hose away, and then tell everybody not to run off your hose. Yeah. All right. What about? I had a question about sealing a cutting board, and I said, well, I mean, if you put anything on it that is like a varnish or anything like that, I mean, you don't need that, do you? I mean, are you just using it for a decorative piece? If you're just using it for a decorative piece, then yeah, that's fine. No, we want to use it. Well, there is a product called Wax It All, and it's made by Howard's, and you can use it on wood, stone, metal, concrete, plastic, and more. You really can. I used it on some chairs one time that had a powder coat on them, and it made the powder coat look brand new again, because powder coat can get old, and even though mine is underneath a patio, it kind of gets a gray cast to it, and so because it'll get rain on it and stuff like that. So Wax It All did a really good job. However, it is excellent for cutting boards, and let me tell you how I use it most of the time. And that is for my iron pots. I love cooking on cast iron, and so, but you have to then put something on it, because even if you dry it off completely, it will look like it rusts. And if you use the Wax It All, it will last for like 2 or 3 times that I'm cooking. No, 3 or 4 times that I'm cooking before I have to coat it again with Wax It All. So it's a food grade wax, so you don't have to worry about that, and it'll make your pots and pans look great again. And because most of mine are very, very old. They were my husband's, and I think they were his mom and dad's. So all I know is they're great, they cook good, and I want to keep them looking nice. And so Wax It All is what you want to use. And you can also use it on your cutting boards to make them look good. If you have wood countertops, this is good. Okay, put your block. Let's see, do we have time for one more question? Yes. Okay, a customer asked me about cleaning on the outside of the house, and I said, of course, 30-second outdoor cleaner. And then she says, wait a minute, I have, she says, a marker out at my dad's, where my dad is buried, and it's starting to look kind of bad. What can I use for that? 30-second outdoor cleaner. 30-second outdoor cleaner will clean it. It will not damage it. You want to spray this on, let it work for a little bit, but you have to take some water with you. So I don't know if your dad's marker has got a water source close to it, but if you don't, just take a gallon of water with you. And then once it starts cleaning, then just pour the water over it. You don't have to scrub. You don't have to do anything like that. And it will brighten it up. It will take all the mildew and dark stains off of it. It really does a good job. And if that's your call in life to have to take care of those things, it makes it easy. But what if you have stains like that around the house? Maybe on the patio or on the walls on the outside. I have vinyl siding in a couple of places on my house. Not crazy about it, but it's there. And so it will mildew also. If we have a lot of rain like we did in the springtime and not a lot of sunshine, it mildews, and it mildews in one spot. So I use the 30-second outdoor cleaner on it, and then to rinse it off, I use Little Big Shot. Best little handheld nozzle ever. Okay? All right. Okay, let me tell you where we're located again. That 30 minutes goes by real quick, doesn't it? We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The store is going to be open today till 6:30 and tomorrow 11 to 5 for your convenience. Come by anytime. We would love to have you. The number here is 210-341-1573, and that's it for this week. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But all means you remember one thing. It will always be a great day. See you.